see the role of digital in supply chain management, startups and MSME in particular? What would happen to middlemen and agents?
Yeah, so one is, you're going to keep asking, what is the value you're adding? If you're not adding a value, you don't have a place. For example, I still remember I was talking to a group of freight forwarders and I said, what's the value you add? So I said, if you're not adding value, you might put some regulations and all that so that extend your life for a few more years. But if you're not adding a value, then you're not going to survive. So I think to some extent, I think this middleman term, we have to be very careful. For example, all platforms are middlemen, right? So yes, it's not that middleman is going to go over. The question which you're asking is, somebody can say, I'm also middleman, right? There's a whole lot of researchers who are doing research. I curate information and give you, right? So I think the question is not, whether you're a middleman or not. And the question is, are you adding a value, right? So for example, you go to small scale, right? Now I find if I'm offering a bundle of goods and service, which is exactly same as large guy, there's no way I can compete. I don't have economy of scale, right? Now, so for example, then I have to ask a question, what is it this large fellow cannot do in terms of service, which I should be able to offer, right? Okay. So there are still, you find neighborhood kirana stores who had been giving a service earlier also, right? There's a relationship, there's a personalization. So I think you got to keep asking that question, that why would Amazon not replace me? If I don't answer that question, I will not survive. So I think the question is not so much as, so obviously there are economy of scale which comes in, but you could also argue that to some extent, some part of a digital also give you level playing field, right? Because in some activities, for example, I can also use a cloud, right? Now cloud is available to me even if I'm a startup. So suddenly I also have a level playing field because of digital. Because digital, the whole advantage is that marginal cost is zero, right? So I'm able to actually get those services which earlier I would have to struggle. So the key is, how do I use those existing players, right? In a way that finally I give a service, which is valued by a customer. Obviously now I'm not talking about a large number of customers, right? I'm a small or medium scale player. What do I bring to a table, to a target group, right? So I got to keep asking that question, but at the same time, none of that going to be like something you solve for all your life, right? Okay. So, but I think I would say, again, reimagination is a big problem, right? And taking advantage of existing, there are a whole lot of things happening. So scanning environment, can I take advantage of it?